other updates coming in. The number of cases have been surging in India's biggest metros. In fact, new hotspots have been brought to light, and this is, of course, a cause of concern in Mumbai, as there are several new hotspots that have emerged with the rising number of cases that have been reported. While that is being done on one hand, there are questions being raised on Mumbai's containment efforts, as in several of the containment areas, we are looking at violent violations that are taking place at this point. In fact, in Bengaluru, administration has shut all the major markets in the city to further curb the spread. And we are also keeping a check on Delhi's COVID preparation with regard to the hospital facilities and how the national capital is trying to ramp up the health infrastructure in Delhi. Let's first focus on the containment efforts when it comes to the city of Mumbai, which is a cause of concern because in several of the areas, the containment efforts we're looking at a complete sham. Because in most of these areas, we're looking at blatant violations that have been reported. And this also includes unrestricted movement of people and free movement. And in several of the areas, even the non-essential shops which have been open, all of this happening in a containment zone. Let me bring in my colleague Santya, who's joining me live with further updates on this. Santya, this is extremely important, and you yourself have done several ground checks on many of the containment zones. Has things changed? Because at the end of the day, if the containment zones do not follow the kind of orders that have been put in place, little can be done in restricting the COVID spread.
Yes, absolutely, Apurva. And right now, I'm in mud area of Malad, Mumbai, and let me show you around. I'll request my camera person, Vijay Salveso, to actually show you around what's happening in mud. This is a containment zone. Now, not even one frame of the area will give you any hint that this is actually a place where the movement of people and vehicles is restricted. People are moving freely. They are barely wearing their mask. And there is, of course, in the entire area, there is no one to keep a tap on people's movement, neither from the police nor from the local authorities. Shops are open, auto walas are here, you can see they are cleaning their autos, and so basically, in fact, hawkers are there. On the left side, on the right side, you'll see that hawkers are there, and this is how mud is looking like. It is people's movement, people are moving from one place to another. And as I said, and you also rightly pointed out, Apurva, that the entire purpose of circling these areas is to, of course, these are identified areas, which are the hotspots, which are the problematic areas. It is to ensure that people do not move freely in these areas so that the spread can be contained. But clearly, this is not what's happening in mud. And it's not just mud, Apurva. Every other containment zone in the city is looking like this only. And that's exactly what this is defying the whole purpose of declaring an area as a containment zone. Because if people are moving this freely, you can see
Absolutely.
All these shops, they are not even essential shops. And people are out there with children as well. Of course, it's unsafe. As I said, major points. The rules in a containment zone are like this. First, only those who are associated with essential services are allowed to move out. And only essential commodities shops are allowed to remain open, which includes medical shops, grocery shops, and dairies. But apart from that, no other shop should remain open. But this is not what's happening in mud area. In fact, if we talk about Malad, in Malad, there were certain areas which were earmarked, and in those areas, complete lockdown was implemented, and mud was one of them. And complete lockdown meant, now you can see a mobile shop. It looks like a mobile shop. Yes, that's what it is. It's a mobile shop. The shutter is half open. Business is as usual. On the other side of the road also, you can see garment shops, stalls actually, hawkers, as I said. They are doing the regular business. So coming back to the rules of containment zones, this is what's supposed to, these were the rules people were supposed to follow. Do not step outside, wear mask if they have to. Only those who were associated with essential services were supposed to move out. Non-essential commodity shops are not supposed to remain open, but that's not what's happening in mud. And as I said, not only in mud, if we talk about Malad also, areas like Malwani, Mud, Somwar Bazaar, Kanchpada, all these areas are containment zones. But we visited all these places, and every other place look like this only. This entire zone, fisherman colony in mud, is a containment zone. And the reason Malad is a problematic area, Apurva, is because Mumbai is divided into 24 wards by municipal corporation, and the ward under which Malad falls, that ward is the 5th worst ward when it comes to the cases of coronavirus. There are 3,720 cases in the ward reported on 21st of June, and Malad falls under that particular ward. So this is actually the focus point for BMC. BMC is claiming that special efforts are being taken by the corporation to ensure that the spread is contained in this area. But this is now not how it's going to happen. As you just saw, another non-essential commodity shops were open. So this is Malad's mud area for you, Apurva, despite the claims of the BMC.
All
in
right.
fact, on the entrance, when we entered the area, there's a line of barricade and a huge poster declaring the area as a containment zone. But once you enter the area, you see that that containment zone declaration is only on paper, and this is how the reality looks like on ground. Apurva.
Quite unfortunate, Sandhya. There are regular violations in the containment zones and also no authority really on ground to even monitor these kind of violations. Sandhya, many thanks for joining us and giving us that detailed understanding and a ground report of what is happening in the containment zones in Mumbai.